Hi guys, my name is Rachel Williams, and today I am going to be showing you my webquest that I created. So here we are on Zoonal.com. My webquest is titled Get the Job. The public URL for this, if you are looking, is right here on the bottom for this webquest. And if you click over here, this will bring you right here to the welcome. So like I said, the title is Get the Job, and this webquest is geared for high school students, specifically English and Language Arts class. Those are the standards that are hit through the student's completion of this task. This webquest is all about resume building and application. So the goal of this webquest is to also hit these standards that are helping equip students for life after high school, and how could they have an edge amongst other applicants for certain jobs that they want to get, just kind of helping them build their life skills and interview skills, and giving them tangible tools that they can use, whether it's right now in their life or after graduation. So let's click over to Introduction. Here you will see just some more information for the student. This is really bridging this webquest to their life. Reminding them that they're not always going to be in high school and that they will hopefully be joining the workforce. And realizing that there are things that they're going to have to pay for whether they want to or not. And I think a lot of students are already working. Some students may work part-time jobs or work summer jobs. And the reality is some of our students will be entering the workforce right after high school. So I think this introduction is here to really help them kind of get in the mindset and realizing, wow, these job skills and applications and resume skills are going to be really important and vital to me as I continue on in my life. So let's move over to the task. So here we are over here. This is another description of more what they actually will be doing. So they will be working through learning appropriate language and vocabulary to use on a resume, exploring different templates to use, and seeing the variety of that they can be creative with their resume. And also having some insider wisdom on resumes from people already in the business world. And then also being able to really apply practically the skills that they have been learning through doing an application and creating their own resume. So this is kind of giving them an overview and kind of helping them bridge and just continue to move forward. So we're going to move into the process. And the process here, there are 5 steps that this webquest will have them go through. So the first one is important because it's building their vocabulary. So there are 4 different sites that talk about different language and word choice that our students can use in order to sound most educated and most qualified for the job that they're applying for. So they're going to be creating a graphic organizer, and they can choose any career categories that they want. So this organizer that they are going to create will show different job categories. So it could be culinary, construction, education, health, whatever they're interested in, hopefully. And they will be able to look through these sites and pick out, wow, this is a great word that would make me sound really educated, or this really helps me articulate what I did at my previous job, to help them build that professional vocabulary to use. The second step is that they will be exploring these 2 websites to look at the variety of templates. So I want them to be writing 2 paragraphs as they're looking through these 2 websites and saying, wow, which one stands out to me? Which one would give that person an edge? Which ones look kind of disorganized? Or which ones look really professional? Just kind of having some inspiration. It doesn't just have to be written words on a page. Kind of helping them be creative in the way that they present themselves in their professional career. Step 3, they will be reading these 3 articles right here that I have the links for. They are going to be taking bullet point notes on each one of these. So each article, they will have 5 bullet points. And these are written from people who are in business and who look at lots of resumes and who deal with resumes all the time. So they're going to be giving them some insight and some wisdom, some do's and don'ts on someone who's already on the other side of the business world, who is employed, who's been working in it for a while, and being able to help our students think of some other things that they could do to be successful. The last 2 steps here, step 4 and step 5, they are going to be practically applying the information from steps 1 to 3. So in step 4, they're going to be going to snagajob.com and choosing 2 applications, either from retail or restaurant lists that are, these are real companies and businesses that have online applications. So they're going to be printing them out and filling them out nicely, as if they were really going to be applying for this restaurant or company. And then they're also going to be creating their own resume. So after all this work and after all the ideas and the vocabulary and the templates and the advice, I'm going to have them create it for themselves to really put it all together and see how all these different aspects can be brought together to build a great resume. So we're going to go back up. That's the process. Now let's go to evaluation. For the evaluation aspect, I created a rubric, which I will show you. So here's the first one, and obviously their name, and then I broke it down, the categories, so you can see all 5 right here. So these are the 5 categories that I've broken it up into. Each category is a step from the process to keep it really simple for students to understand what I want for each part. So we have the graphic organizer, we have the template paragraphs, the bullet point notes, the 2 applications, and then their own resume. So they're getting graded 4 to 1. That is my scale, and each part just tells what I want and is a description of what I'll be looking for. I'm going to kind of move down so you can see the resume one. But each one is their own. They stand alone because this has a lot of different parts. So each part, we're just going to have it be its own category to keep it simple for me, to keep it simple for them. So they know each part, this is what I need for every category to get that 4. So that is the best way I would evaluate it. And then we're going to click over to conclusion. And this is where we get to kind of bridge it even more. So one thing that I would suggest, as I've written about here, is just kind of making sure that, once again, students know these are the 5 things I need to have. And then kind of having them do their own mock interview in class. And there's some more standards that talk about interviewing skills. And that would be another great thing to bridge with having students do the lesson with this webquest, and maybe having some students be employers and some being employees, and kind of saying, wow, how does my resume or my application really stack up against other students in the class? Not to compare or belittle, but to represent, like, when they are in the business world, there's going to be lots of other people that are going to be applying for jobs, not just them. So being able to kind of see, wow, what did they do, or how did I stack up against this, and to get some positive feedback from their peers now so they can make those changes. So when they do actually hand that resume over for their summer school job or their summer job, they will have that edge. They will be more competitive, and they will be able to be successful in the career that they want to choose, or the job that they would like to have. So I think there's a lot of things that you could do even after building with this, and class activities, and really having them see and get a feel for what it's like before they have to go out there by themselves. So we're going to go over now to the teacher page now that we've kind of wrapped up the material. There are 2 things on this page. The first thing is I've listed the standards specifically, so if you want to know the actual standards that I'm using, I also pulled from the 11th and 12th grade English part of our standards. So those are the ones right there that I feel like this webquest was designed to hit. And this is just kind of my thought. We should really be equipping our students for life after high school. I think that's super important that we give them those skills and that wisdom so that they can have the advantage. And we want them to be able to look good on paper. We want them to be able to move forward in the things that they want to move forward in. And we don't know what kind of home lives or preparation that they're getting from their home or from their parents. So I feel like this is a really great opportunity for them to learn and grow in this area, and to be able to really use it in their life also, not only to master the standards, but to really be successful in their career choices after high school. So that's kind of my heart behind this, just kind of helping our students be successful in the world and better equipping them to reach their goals. So those are the things you'll find on the webquest. So once again, here's the public URL for this one. So we're just going to go right back up. So once again, it's called Get the Job. We're going to go back to Welcome. So thank you for listening. This is the webquest. I hope that you check it out. Thank you.